If Excel formulae scare you, start here. These four classics are simple, powerful. I still use them every day. Let me show you why. Let's start with two old school Excel formulae that I still use today to do a lot of my data analysis. Let's take a look. So the concept of Countif is simple. We're going to look at a data range and count the number of cells that hit a particular criteria. So say with my dog walking business, I want to count the number of walks each dog has had looking across at this data set. How to do that? I'm going to type in Countif, open the brackets, and this gives me the components of the formula, the things that we need. So we need range and then criteria. The range is the data set that we want to analyze. We're going to go ahead and select that. Then on the Windows PC, we're going to hit the F4 key straight away. That puts the dollar signs in. We're going to come back to those later in the video. They are important. Then I can hit comma. Going to notice Excel is asking for the second part of the formula. Now the criteria. So what's the data that we want to count in this data set? Well, it's in this cell here. First, we want to count how many Frodos are in the data set. I'm going to close the formula and hit enter, and the formula has returned 4. So we always check our formulae. So Frodo appears 1, 2, 3, 4 times. So it appears to be accurate. Let's copy this formula down. I'm going to go Control C, then select the range I want to copy the formula to. Let's try a paste special. So I'm going to right click, and then the formula icon is what I want. And this has brought the formula down. I can go ahead and select one of the other formula cells, hit the F2 key on the Windows PC just to check we're hitting the right data ranges. That seems to have worked really nicely. So what else might we want to do? Say for each dog, what's the total fees? The total fees for each dog. Well, SUMIF is going to help us there. So SUMIF, open the bracket. We've got 3 components this time. Firstly, the range. Don't get confused here. The range is the range that contains the criteria. So the criteria we want to include and exclude, there in this range. Once again, hit the F4 key, get the dollar signs in, hit comma. Now we're asking for criteria. So who do we want to count? We want to count the dog names. So I'm clicking on Frodo's cell here, and then comma again. Now Excel is asking for some range. So which column, where's the data range for the figures that we want to sum up? So using the keyboard this time, it's in this column. And once again, on the Windows PC, hitting the F4 key, we want to make sure all of those dollar signs are in. You can put them in manually. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 dollar signs in there. So SUMIF, I'm going to go ahead, hit enter, and it's saying Frodo. Well, Frodo, we've earned £48, if you like, out of Frodo. So I'm going to go ahead once again using the keyboard shortcuts this time, Control, Alt, and V, and then F for formulas. We're going to paste that down. Now, what would a quick way to test this SUMIF formula be? Well, let's just check. Have we summed up all of this data set? I can select all the formulae. I can see at the bottom of Excel, we've got 142. I can then select the data set. We'd expect these 2 figures to be the same if the formulae have worked. And I can see at the bottom of Excel there, 142. Countif SUMIFs, great formulae to get started with. So how can you easily calculate percentages in Excel, and what do those dollar signs mean? Let's take a look. Okay, let's get back into Excel and let's do some summing up. So back to the spreadsheet, I'm selecting just below the fees column this time, hitting equals sum and open bracket, and then select the range that I want to sum. I can just hit enter now. You don't need to close the bracket on the simple formula. I'm going to hit enter, and we've got that 142 figure. We know that's accurate from the previous section, but a much cooler way, I think, to do the sum formula on the Windows PC, get in the target cell, hold down the Alt key and just hit plus. You've got your Windows shortcut there. 142 is in. So we've got our total. What about the percent? The percent of total fees, how to do that? Well, it all starts with a simple division calculation. I'm going to go ahead, hit equals, select Frodo's total fees, and then divided by the total fees, if you like, is going to give us a decimal, and a sense check tells me 48 out of 142. That's about right. It's about a third. So we're going to go ahead now Control C on the Windows PC. I'm going to select the range. I want to copy this formula to. Going to hit formula here. Something hasn't quite worked here. So what's happening here? And do you remember those dollar signs in the previous section? So I'm going to go ahead, hit the F2 key. That's going to show me the cells that these formulae are looking at. You can see those references are going down. We need to fix the total cell. So how to do that? Well, these dollar signs make the magic happen. You can just click in the M9 reference, the reference we want to fix, hit the F4 key. You'll see the dollar signs in there. You can manually put those dollar signs into. I'm going to hit enter. Now that reference is now fixed. That red cell highlighted, it's an absolute reference. Wherever we copy this formula, it's still going to refer to that cell. So once again, I'm going to go paste special, Control-Alt-V and F on the Windows PC. And we can see our formulae have copied down, hit the F2 key, and those references are now accurate. Could we quickly check this? How could we quickly check percentages? Alt and plus on the Windows PC, they should add up to 1, should add up to 100. And finally, let's get that percentage formatting, Alt-HP. For the keyboard shortcut fans, or we can go ahead in the Home tab and just get those percentages. So that's how to sum up and do a quick percentage calculation. Now, if you can do VLOOKUP, you're already pretty good at Excel. Let's take a look at how this formula works. Okay, so how do we look things up in Excel? Let's get back into the spreadsheet. So owner, this piece of information, where is it? Well, let's go across to the list sheet, and I can see for each dog, we've got the owner name here. So very simple. We want to look up the owner and get the owner displaying in this column. Our friend here is the VLOOKUP formula. So I've typed in VL, going to autofill, hit the tab key, and then we need 4 pieces of information. So the lookup value is the single piece of data that we want to look up in our data set. So I've just selected Frodo there, and then comma, the table array, a bit of a scary term. We don't need to worry. We just need to go across to our data set and select the whole data set. So just know I'm selecting the whole data set, not just the first column. The whole data set is selected. What do we need to remember to do? At this point, hit the F4 key. We want this reference to be absolute, and then go ahead, hit comma, and just be very conscious that we've moved on to the next part of the formula. So col index number, what does this mean? Well, within our data set, which column contains the information we want to return? We want to actually display in the cell where the formula is. It's going to be the second column, because the second column in the data set contains that owner information, comma. The last component, we're just going to set to 0 because we're working with text. That gives us this formula. I can go ahead, hit enter now, and I can see owner 4 has displayed for Frodo. That seems to be accurate, so we can go ahead, copy this formula down. I'm going to use paste special one more time, right click, formula symbol here, and I can see our formulae pasted down. I'm going to hit the F2 key, give me a quick sense check. Are the formulae pointing at the right cells? And Luna is owner 6. Well, in real life, I'm Luna's owner, but it's owner 6 here, and I can see that's accurate. Let's check CUDA, owner 5 is accurate too, and that's how to easily look up data in Excel. Welcome to the year of your Excel success, but this isn't really about Excel, it's about you. Each month we build one skill step by step, no overwhelm, just steady progress with me and people like you. Because when you put your energy into the right skills, when your ladder is leaning against the right wall, everything gets easier, your work gets clearer, your confidence grows. So join the next live session and make this year the year you finally feel in control of Excel and of your career. Click subscribe to join the journey, links below. Now in spreadsheets, we often want to use a condition to make the spreadsheet do one thing if something's happening and something else if it's not. How do we do that? Let's take a look. So let's get the if formula going in Excel. So this time we're concerned with this long walk column. So we've got the minutes here. We're going to say if the walk is more than 72 minutes, you could choose any figure. We want to display long in this column. How to do that? Okay, let's go ahead. We're working in this cell. I'm going to say equals if, open brackets, then I'm paying attention to the prompts that Excel gives me. So what are the components of this formula? We need a logical test. Another scary computer programming term. It just means give me something that's happening in the spreadsheet. If it's happening, I'm going to do one thing. If it's not happening, I'm going to do something else. So we want to say if the value in the minutes cell is more than 72, we want to display long in this cell. Now, because we're displaying text, you can see I've put the speech marks there. Okay, so what's going to happen if this isn't happening? If the value is less than 72, the value if false component, well, you can choose. Let's call it a short walk here. I can then go ahead and close the brackets and let's see what happens here. Well, I can see short displaying seems to make sense because this walk is less than 72 minutes. So once again, I'm going to copy this formula down, Control-Alt-V and F on the Windows PC and enter. Let's just see what happens here. Okay, so 80 minutes is a long walk. Let's go further down. 70 minutes is a short walk. So quick to put that logic in, get an if statement going, get even more insight about our data set. And finally, one of my absolute favorites, one of my Excel secret weapons. Let's take a look. So finally, one of my Excel secret weapons, I use this formula all the time. Not easy, incredibly powerful. Firstly, let me show you this formula in action. We're going to go to the secret sheet and I'm going to select a date here, a date of my choice. I'm going to select a dog's name and we can see that information being instantly extracted from the data set. How cool is that? Incredibly powerful, simple to put together. Yes, it's the DSUM formula. Let's go ahead, build it together now. I guarantee you'll use this for the rest of your career. So DSUM, open brackets. As always, we're very conscious of what Excel is asking for. First, a database. Excel's asking for that data set. That's simple. We can go ahead, select the data set we've been working with the whole time, hit the F4 key for completeness, hit comma, we're on to the next part of our formula. Field. It's another technical word. Field is the column in the data set that you want Excel to sum up, that we want to perform that operation on. I'm going to use the column header here, open the speech marks, type in minutes, close the speech marks. Be very intentional here because the spelling has to be 100% accurate or the formula isn't going to work. So finally, we need criteria. What's criteria? Back to the secret sheet. The criteria is this area here. So I'm interested in two criteria, dog and date. And then below those column headers, I can type in the inputs, the data that I want the analysis doing for, if that makes sense. So I can go ahead, select this whole range, including the column headers, hitting the F4 key for completeness, $signs in, closing that bracket and hitting enter. And we've now unleashed the power of the DSUM formula. So for example, let's say CUDA on the 3rd of January, 100 minutes walked. Is that accurate? 3rd of January, CUDA, I can see 100 minutes walked there. What about CUDA on the 4th of January, 105 minutes? Can we bring that through? Selecting the 4th of January now, and I can see 105 minutes coming through DSUM. So magical. I guarantee you're going to use this for the rest of your career. Hope you get some value out of it. So today we've learned 4 classic, powerful Excel formulae. If you're following the Year of Your Excel Success, don't forget to subscribe. Next up, it's 4 super modern Excel formulae. To watch that video, click here.